When you're in a shared office space, a meeting room, or even a home studio, you don't just want a stool that ticks off a list of specs, you want something that slides into the rhythm of your day without demanding a tutorial. You're probably thinking, I need a seat that's sturdy enough for daily use, easy to adjust, and doesn't look out of place when I bring a guest over, but you also know that a wrong purchase can turn a quick sit-down into a daily annoyance. That hesitation is real, especially when you've seen a few over-engineered options that end up gathering dust because they're either too complicated to tweak or simply don't fit the flow of a collaborative environment. With that in mind, I've dug into what makes a collaborative stool work in the real world, and I'm going to walk you through why the Steelcase Cobi fabric stool in Blue Jay might be the answer you've been looking for. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the Cobi is designed with collaboration in mind, which means it's built for quick, informal sit-downs. Think brainstorming huddles, standing desk breaks, or casual quick check-ins with a client. The standout feature is its weight-activated mechanism. Unlike a traditional pneumatic lift that you have to press a lever for, the Cobi reads your weight and subtly adjusts the seat angle so you're automatically seated in a posture that feels natural. In practice, that translates to a smoother transition from standing to sitting. You place your weight on the seat, and the back flexes just enough to support you without you having to fiddle with a knob. For anyone who jumps between tasks or moves around a lot, that eliminates the small but annoying manual adjustment step that can interrupt workflow. Now, who should consider this stool? If you're a freelancer who works at a kitchen island, a teacher who occasionally needs extra seating for small group activities, or a tech startup employee who wants to keep the office vibe loose and mobile, the Cobi's minimal adjustment just seat height keeps things simple. The height range is adequate for typical desk heights, so you can raise it for a standing desk or lower it for a standard table without feeling cramped. The fabric seat in Blue Jay adds a pop of color that can either match a contemporary office palette or serve as a subtle accent in a more neutral room, which is a nice touch if you're trying to avoid the sterile look of all-metal stools. On the flip side, if you're someone who spends long stretches sitting and need ergonomic cradles, lumbar support, or a lot of fine-tuned adjustments, this stool might feel a bit basic. The single height adjustment means you can't micro-fine-tune the seat depth or back angle, so people with specific ergonomic needs could find it lacking. Also, the fabric upholstery, while visually appealing, can be prone to wear in high-traffic environments. If you're planning to use it in a space where it will be moved daily or subject to spills, you might need to be ready for occasional cleaning or consider a protective cover. From a durability perspective, Steelcase has a reputation for rigorous testing, and the Cobi is weighted up to 300 pounds without noticeable loss of performance. That rating gives confidence that the stool will hold up even if you're storing a bundle of laptops or a box of prototype parts on it while you sit. The fact that it ships fully assembled is a practical win in a busy office. You don't want to spend half an hour fiddling with bolts while your team waits for a meeting to start. Unpacking the box, you find the stool ready to roll, and the foot pads glide easily across carpet or hardwood, which reduces the wear on floors and keeps the overall aesthetic clean. A real-world scenario that helped me gauge the stool's practicality was a friend's co-working space that hosts weekly pitch nights. The organizers needed a quick-change seating solution for a room that alternates between a standing presentation format and a more relaxed roundtable discussion. They tried a couple of metal stools that required a lever to raise and lower, and users complained about the noise and the extra step each time they wanted to sit down. When they switched to a batch of Cobi stools, the feedback shifted. Participants appreciated the silent, weight-activated sway that seemed to find a comfortable position on its own. The only hiccup they noted was that the fabric could get a little damp after a spilled coffee, but a quick blot and the stain was gone, nothing like the permanent staining you might see on a leather finish. If you're weighing cost against value, the Cobi lands in a sweet spot. It's not as cheap as a basic industrial metal stool, but you also aren't paying for a high-end ergonomic chair that comes with multiple adjustments and a higher price tag. The real value comes from its blend of functional simplicity and the subtle ergonomic support that the weight-activated feature provides. For teams that rotate seats often, the ease of moving the stool around thanks to its